Okay guys, back. I think I should show you guys one more time with the next layer of this print, how to register using the registration guide, and just get another look at printing and how that's done. But here we go. I'm gonna put the pink layer, the green layer into this print. I've got a cut paper stencil taped into here, locked in. My registration Mylar is clear. Kind of have some registration tabs and some other tools kind of ready to go. Got my ink, stuff to clean up with, spoon to distribute ink, spatula to corral the ink, bucket of water, master drawing, printmaking paper, some newsprint for proofs, and gonna do one more layer here for you. So first thing to kind of do is maybe this time we should try to pull a proof. Okay, so okay, put a bead of ink starting right here. You got to put enough ink to print and do a complete flood through the entire stencil. So just gonna, this is called a flood. Lift your screen up off the paper and push ink over your stencil just until the stencil's over. Don't push the ink all the way into the crack of the frame of the silk screen. I have somewhere to put my squeegee. Let's do a proof. Let's do a proof here. So I'm just gonna, I'm not even going to register it up. Just gonna put it down so that, just putting these tabs down so the paper doesn't come up with the print. Just gonna do a proof, kind of just seeing how everything's going. It's a test. All right. Oh, paper still kind of came up with it. Not great, but this isn't my edition or anything, so it's fine. And now I kind of look at it. It's printing good. Proof is over. And now I'm going to kind of put these aside. Next step is to print onto your clear Mylar. Make sure it's nice and flat. Kind of stop and check to make sure you have enough ink to print and to do a flood. So I think I got that. Printing onto the Mylar now. Kind of when I kind of tip my squeegee back and forth like that, I'm just trying to get it off the blade and onto where I need it. Immediately push ink back over your stencil to protect it from drying out. It's called a flood. Okay, see how I have that layer printed on here. This is fixed, so that layer is going to be printed right here every time, in theory. All right, register up everything to my master drawing. So I'm using this sort of arm, to register things up. Okay. All right, that green layer is lining up with the green area on my master drawing pretty well. It's like halfway accurate. Okay, that looks perfect. And, you know, without moving this, because it's in the perfect position I want it to be, might even just very carefully tape it down a little bit and take away this little arm I built for it. And I kind of butt up a piece of scrap chipboard against the corner like this to make a kind of an L, and it's going up against the edge of the corner of the paper. And on this side, whoop, I already got a kind of emergency over here, a little ink. Clean that up right away before it gets on my prints. And then down here, you just butt that up against the straight edge of your paper. And then remember, these are for holding your paper down to the print board so it doesn't come up with you. Okay, that to be a little stronger. use lots of tape in here. Okay, so these just little tabs, these overhanging tabs, keep the paper down here when I lift the screen up. So now that's safe. That's safe to move out of there because I have its position with an L and a bar. Okay, kind of some of these prints are kind of proofs already for me. They're kind of funky, so I'm gonna go use those first. Put that under the tabs. Put it in these little registration. All right. Okay. 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 I'm just gonna make sure I have enough ink to do this flood. I'm gonna work quickly. Corral it from the sides where it's not useful. Okay, and I'm going to do my flood. Immediately flood your stencil so it doesn't dry up in there. Okay, that's all right. Okay, another kind of previous layer that's already kind of funky. You hear the house party my neighbors are having next door. Okay. Immediately flood back over. Okay, those are kind of off. They're kind of expected to be. That was a previous layer. Got kind of funky. These next four, these have a chance of making it in the addition. Okay, tabs down there, little registration guides. Okay, I think it's a good time to kind of put out some more ink. Okay, your ink bead has to have enough ink to do a full print and a complete flood. I want you to kind of pay attention to the posture of when I'm printing. Okay. All right, those are coming along. Those are coming along. Okay, got 4 more to go. I'm not gonna pause. Can't stop now. As much as I want to kind of like look at those prints, I just gotta fight in the dry time of the ink inside the screen. Just double check in. My ink is in a good spot. And yes, I have enough ink to do a pull a print and a flood. Okay, nice. Okay. Got 2 more. Okay. Getting a lot of ink kind of climbing up the squeegee blade. It's not really useful up there. I'm going to kind of corral it where it needs to be. All right. Looking pretty good. Of course, it's not perfect. It's definitely human made. Getting little bits of ink over here. Just kind of clean those up. If you get any kind of ink anywhere where it's not supposed to be, you got to clean it up before it gets on your prints. Okay, last one. Okay. Some misprinting down there. Not totally sure what happened, but you know, it's just kind of layers are coming together. You see where it's coming together? Coming together. All right, I'm just gonna put one more proof onto some newsprint, really just to clear the ink out of there. Okay, you can pick up a lot of the ink like that. Squeegee. And the name of the game now is cleanup. First thing to do is gather all the ink or throw away all the ink. The more ink you gather and throw away, the less ink is going to get washed into the ocean. All right, see you next time. I'm going to finish up this print.